Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Max's Perspective podcast. Hope you are doing well. Today, we have a question from a listener. Thank you for writing your question. And to everybody else, please write me a question and I will talk about it on this podcast. Okay, so today's question was, what do you think of Singapore? Or to just talk about Singapore. So I do actually have a story about Singapore. Singapore is the first Asian country that I ever went to. And I did this when I was 16 years old, so pretty young. And I went there with my family, my mom, dad, sister, and we just went there for one night because we were traveling to Australia to see some family, and Singapore was the stopover. So we got to spend about 24 hours in Singapore, and it was amazing. I loved it. So this was the first time I've been to Asia, first time I've been to a East Asian country, first time, for me it was a very different, new experience. So, I'd been to Europe before, I'd been to England, a few countries, but never something like this. So as you can imagine, it was just so different in so many ways. And the first thing I noticed, which I actually loved, but I think most people will not like, is in the airport. So we land in the airport and we come out the airport to get a bus or taxi to our hotel. And the first thing I noticed as we walk out the airport is just boom, this wall of humidity. The air was just so thick and so warm. I'd never felt anything like that before. And it was really amazing. I just cannot believe how humid it was. I think even to this day, it's still the most humid place I've ever been. I mean, I know Taiwan is very, very humid, but I don't think it's that humid. So that was like the first thing I noticed. Then on the bus ride from the airport to our hotel, then I was just, wow, I couldn't believe, like, looking at the city, looking around, everything was just perfect. It was like it had just been built. It was like they just finished building a city and we were there on the first day it opened or something. Like, it was so clean, so organized, everything, like, all the grass was cut at the perfect height and so sharply cut along the pavements. There were flowers everywhere. The streets are just so clean, like, and I don't mean no litter. I mean, they were literally like clean. Like, they were, there was no like oil or gum or little like stains or anything. Everything was just so perfect. Lots of like glass. It was very, like, for me, coming from South Africa, it was very like going into the future a little bit, So that was incredible. I was like, wow, I love this place. This is so cool. And then we got to our hotel and checking in and everything. And I just found, like, the organization, the way people dealt with us. Like, we had a language barrier, but everyone was so nice and it just worked so well. There was no problems. You didn't feel threatened or worried or anything like that. So so for me, Singapore was a wonderful, wonderful place. That was a very long time though. So I don't know what Singapore is actually like to live in. I think Taiwanese people, I think you people listening will know more about that. I've heard it's quite an expensive place to live, but you also earn a higher salary. I know it's a very small city, so maybe if you live there, you might get a bit bored. You might feel like, okay, I've done everything. There's not much else to do. But maybe not. I don't know. Maybe they have enough cool stuff, or you can just, I know it's very easy to get to Malaysia, and Malaysia is a very fun and big country. Yeah, and you're close to Australia or many countries in Asia. And I know there's a good mix of people there. There's sort of Singaporean people, and then a whole bunch of foreigners from all over the world. And of course, another thing I remember about Singapore is it had that quite interesting British architecture and colonialization in it, which was a nice sort of contrast with the Asian design and the Asian features. And here's your question for today. What was the first thing I noticed in Singapore that was really different to anything I'd experienced before? Was it A, the friendliness of the people, B, the size of the airport, C, the food, or D, the humidity? Good luck, everyone. So yeah, that was a very nice trip, and Singapore, I would love to go back there. I would be interested how people enjoy living there. I know some Taiwanese students go and study there or work there. I wonder what they think. Do you know what Singapore is like? Do you have any is there anything bad you've heard about it? And what are the good things you've heard about it? Please let me know in the comments. And again, thank you so much to that person for asking this question. Do you think my memory of Singapore is quite accurate? Do you think like that's how most people think when they arrive there? Okay, I'm not sure. Remember, I was only 16 and it was quite a long time ago, but I'll never forget it. It was incredible. Yeah, I'd like to go back sometime. All right, everyone, that's it for today. Leave your questions, leave your comments. I'll see you soon.